Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Haba. We're continuing in Mishna Berura, Daf Hashavua, Siman, Kuf Samach Zayin. We began that last week. We're going to continue in Sif Aleph. Let's just get some of the background. The Mechaber began Siman Kuf Samach Zayin by saying that you break the bread where it's baked well. The Ramah says, what does that mean? Our bread, you should break it on the side of the bread. And you cut it a little bit from the top and the bottom. Then the Mechaber says, you should cut. Now, we never saw anything in the Mechaber about cutting. The Ramah was the one who chimed in that you should break it on the side of the bread and cut a little bit from the top and the bottom. So far, all the Mechaber said was your baitzeya. Baitzeya is different than being chaytech. Baitzeya is where you literally break the bread. Chaytech is where you make a little, either siman or a little slice from which you could break the bread. So the way the Mechaber began that you break it where it's baked well. The Ramah says it should be on the side, cutting on the top and the bottom. Then the Mechaber says you should cut the piece that you're going to break. And then Mechaber says v'tzarach lachtoich ma'at. You should actually cut it a little bit. Now let's go back to Mishna Berura Sivkat and Gimel for a moment. The Mishna Berura brought two gersais in the Gemara. One gersa is you break it where the bread crusts and cooks. Some say that's the top, which is keneged the avira the tanner. Some say it's the bottom, which is mispashal tchila. And therefore, you cut from the side, the top and the bottom, and this way you would say both shitais. Some say no, you cut on the side which is opposite the place that cracks. So in other words, let's say you would cut it on top and then crack it open from the bottom, because this is where it begins to break. That's one gersa in the Gemara. There's another, in other words, according to one gersa, it's mimakam shemaschal hapas likraim. According to another gersa, it's makam shemaschal lehispashal. That's the gersa that the Bir Halacha brought. Nakat didam in the Gemara isa tzarach levarach hamoitzi mehechad makdim apasel his bashal. And the way the Bir Halacha explained that is, according to that, it really bakes equally on both sides, and therefore you could bake from the top or the bottom, whichever one you want. Then there's another possible gersa. Rashi has a gersa, b'makom dekarim bishulei, where it crusts. Okay, so there are two possible ways of learning what the Gemara means: where it bakes first, or where it crusts first. And it sounds like these two locations are not necessarily the same. It may crust differently than where it bakes. The crusting is only the exterior. The baking is more of an interior, fully cooking. Those were the two opinions that we saw in the Bir Halacha. Today we continue where the Mechaber says v'yachtich prusas habetzia. The Mishna Berura says v'yachtich, and then v'tzarach lachtoich ma'at. Says the Mishna Berura Sivkat and Daled hay v'tzarchu perush l'mashakasav etchila v'yachtich. This v'tzarach is an explanation for the first v'yachtich. Ubeira inyan, who here's the explanation. The Medina mevarech v'acher kach poires hakikar. Medina, you make the bracha, and then you crack it open, kedei shatia kol bracha apashlema, so that the whole bracha should be on full bread. Shu derech kavod labracha. Ach kedei shelo yeh shihoy rav ben habracha lachila, so there won't be a big delay between the bracha and eating. V'yeiraya Kehafsak, and it will seem like an interruption. Kasu hapoiskim detov l'chadchila shiachtich ma'at. The poiskim write it's good to cut a little bit, but kikar koidim shemaschel habracha v'shir hachituch yeh ma'at. How much should you cut? Very little. You should cut very little. Kilakame v'yivarich v'achar kach goimer lahafred ha'prusa min hapas. Then you separate the prusa from the pas. So basically, the point of cutting is to minimize the hefsek between making the berchas hamoitzi and being able to split the challah and eat the bread. Ma'at. Why ma'at? Va'afilu b'prusa layachtich legamri koydem ha'bracha kidei sheyeh nira yoser gedoyla. From the mechaber, it sounds like, and I don't think people do this. Let's say you're just having a slice of bread. So the halacha is you're supposed to cut it first. You're supposed to cut it first, and then make hamoitzi, and then break it where you cut it. So the Mishnah says, even when you're cutting a prusa, don't cut it completely, because this way the prusa seems bigger than it really is. L'kavod the bracha. Now I have not seen people cut, if they make a hamoitzi on a slice of bread, cut the slice of bread first, but it sounds like the way the Mishnah is learning the mechaber, that you should cut the prusa before you break the bread. Why?
Maybe the prusa is talking about is a large piece that's going to be cut from to eat from.
Whatever it is, but it's not a shalem.
Yeah, but it needs to be cut before you eat it. You don't necessarily have a right if for a slice of bread you have to break it before you bite it.
The raya is, that's what he's saying. Because the purpose of being chaytech is in order to minimize the shihui. So why would it matter if it's shalem or if it's a prusa?
Into this piece of bread as it is, I'm biting into it, there's no shiu anyway. I don't need to cut it. If it's a piece which is so big I need to cut, so I need to cut first to minimize the length of time it takes to cut. Okay, there is no cut.
So you're saying the din of cutting is only on a is only on a big paras. Okay, that's still a chiddush. People don't do that either. People don't typically cut first. Let's say you're having a roll. People don't typically cut the roll before they break it. They just break it. If it's not, let's say you have a half a roll, people don't usually cut it. Here, the simple reading of the mechaber seems to be saying yachtich prusas habetzia, so achlachtich ma'at shem yachzu zayala shar kika imay. Okay, vafilu beprusa lo yachtich legamri kodem bracha they shianira yoiser gedoyla shem loikein. Otherwise. Now, why should it be just a little bit? If you cut it so much to the shear, the prusa, that if you would hold that piece, the rest of the loaf would not come up with it. It would break in half. It would break in half. Nechshav kiparos, it would be considered like it's broken. So in other words, what's the shear? How much should you cut? You should cut it so much that if you hold the sliced part, the rest of the loaf will come up with it. Otherwise, it's considered kiprusa. What does that mean? If by holding the prusa, the rest of the loaf would not come up with it, and it would break in chatzon, it's already considered separate from the kikar. Even if you would hold the bigger half, the small half would come along with it. This would not be called that it's shalem. So it would be a lack of shleimus if you would cut it completely. That's why we just make a little siman. You leave what you cut attached to the bread, and you begin to make a bracha. Says the Mishnah Berura, Sivkatan Zayin v'yanichenu hu choyzer l'mashu kazim etchila v'yachtach prusa sabtzia. This is going back on what he said earlier, that you cut the piece that you're going to crack off, and you leave it, and you make the bracha. The Mechaber says, v'achar shesiyim habracha, after you finish the bracha, yafridena, you should separate it, k'dei shetichla habracha ba'oid she'apas shalem, so that the bracha should be chal on the pas being whole. And based on what the Mishnah said, Sivkat and Hey, that even in a prusa, you should not cut legamri k'dei she'nira yoiser gedoyla. The same svara would apply. You should leave it attached to the prusa. This way,
didn't it say it should be larger than nira yoiser gedoyla? What does that mean? It should appear larger.
So it means, let's say you have a half a roll.
So if you have two pieces, you're supposed to make a bracha on the larger piece either way.
If you have a half a roll, and you're only going to eat part of it, you should first slice it, but only a little bit, because if you're going to slice it completely, the bracha is going to be going on a smaller chefza of bread, as opposed to if you slice it to begin with, then it's only... You want the bracha to be going on a bigger piece, as opposed to if you slice it first, it's going to be going on a smaller piece.
I don't know, I just found that Machon nira yoiser gedoyla, it should look larger.
Yeah, because as opposed to... No, his point is, it should look larger, as opposed to when you have a kikar shalem, it's not only so that it should look larger, it should be that it's going on a shalem. So here, you don't have a shalem, you're not dealing with a shalem, because it was already a half a loaf to begin with, so it was never a shalem to begin with.
Yeah, but I thought the Indian of making on the larger is the same Indian as shalem. It's more chashav. I guess nira yoiser, that's what it means? Nira yoiser means more...
So it looks bigger. Yeah, it's not really more chashav. It's a half a roll is a half a roll. There's no difference between a quarter of a roll and a half roll. There's a difference between a shalem and a piece. But looking bigger is a chashivas.
Did we clarify the difference between beitzea and yachta? What exactly is the definition of beitzea? And then you have a prusa. What's the word about
we did.
There?
You're cut it. Here's the challah. You see the challah?
Yeah.
Basically like this. Beitzea does not mean to cut it. Beitzea means where you break it. There's an Indian of bitzias hapas. So where do you break it? You break it where it's baked the best, or where it's crusted first. Those are, and therefore what the Ramah says, that's the top and the bottom. You want to break it from the top and the bottom. The way the Mishnah explained that is, the Mishnah says, "L'chein tzarich lachtoich min hatzad me'ha'elyon v'hatachton v'yetzi yedei shneim." The purpose of cutting is just to make a siman where to break it.
So am I supposed to do, I don't understand. Or do we do beitzea nowadays, or we go straight to lachta? Is beitzea just the first cutting, just the first slice? Is that what he means?
No.
We do it with a knife. We don't do. You break.
So technically speaking, the first cut is the chaticha, and then we use a knife because it's not going to cut evenly, and it's going to be somewhat ill-mannered to start cracking off like that. But technically speaking, halachically speaking, you make a little cut, that's chaticha, and then the full cut that we make is beitzea. What it would seem like.
And then the next cut after that is yachtach prusas habetzia. The first cut, to cut it in half, is beitzea hapas.
No.
I'm talking about the marking before.
No. When the Mechaber says beitzea hapas magam shenefa, that's cracking it. Before you do that, v'yachtach prusas habetzia, you cut it. He explains. This is how the Mishnah explains the Mechaber. The v'yachtach prusas habetzia. You first make a siman by cutting it, and let me explain to you what that chaticha is. V'tzarich lachtoich ma'at. That chaticha, that's not going on the beitzea, that's going on the original chaticha. So
I read the yachlik prusas habetzia after you did the beitzea. There's now prusas. Now there's pieces.
No.
So you cut those pieces.
No. Nope. No, that's not how the Mishnah explained it. No. The Mishnah, the first case is Boitzea Bapas, is you crack it. Okay? That's the din of B'tzias Hapas. That's the Siman. Hilchos B'tzias Hapas. You're breaking it. Where do you break it? Where it's baked the best. Happens to be, we get very caught up in the cutting because we make this little Siman and then we take it further. But our taking it further is the B'tzia. Our original cutting is what the Mechaber refers to as the Chaticha. Now, okay, now back to the Mechaber. You want the bracha to be chal when the bread is complete. Don't break off a little tiny piece. You look like a stingy person. Not a tremendous piece. Because you look like you're gluttonous. So the Mishnah Berura says, Ches ketana hainu ketana b'kazais. Less than a kazais is not proper. V'ayin v'ber hagra uve'el yaraba. Yoyser mikabeya hainu imparsa kedei lechal take of mimenu gufa. That's if you're breaking it to eat it immediately. Aval ein b'chlal zeh ma sheparsa chaticha do me'akika v'achra choytech min oysa prusa gufa chaticha lahamoitzi. B'chlal this is not breaking a big piece on the kikar and then cutting from that prusa for hamoitzi. The bezoloi mischazi karavanusa chamavar lekamam b'seif siman zeh b'taz ayin sham. If you're gonna break a large piece from which you're gonna cut, that's okay. It would almost seem like that this whole siman is a pretty strong critique on what we do on Shabbos. Namely, it doesn't seem like we're really doing it correctly. It seems like, first of all, in most houses they make a little cut on the top, and then they make hamoitzi, and then they cut it down. That doesn't seem to be correct. The Ramah says, Yachtich ma'at mitzad ha'elyon v'hatachtain. Furthermore, right, who does mitzad ha'elyon v'hatachtain? That's not typically what you see, except for maybe one guy claims he saw a guy in Passaic. But we'll have to cross-examine.
This past Shabbos, I made sure to do that.
Okay. Someone says, so you're telling me what you said on Thursday was al shem ha'asid, that it's referring to what you were going to do? Okay. But, and then who's boitzeya? Nobody's really boitzeya. It sounds like you should be boitzeya by actually cracking it. Now, an eitzah would be to make a little siman, to actually crack it, and then after you crack it, you could cut for hamoitzi. At least you're mekayim a din of b'tzias hapas. Okay, we have to examine this for a little bit more. Let's just end off with this. The Ramah says, "Hago v'Shabbos lo yachtich b'kikar ad achar habracha kedei sheyia hakikar shlemus." On Shabbos, you should not cut the kikar until after the bracha, so that it should be shalem. If you forgot and you cut like during the week, enoi mazik. Okay, we'll have to see what's the Ramah's issue over here. Nobody ever said you're cutting it in a way that makes it not a shalem. The Mechaber himself said that Shem Yechoz, that you should cut it yachtich ma'at. Shem Yechoz ba'prusa yala shar kikar imay, so it's still a shalem. So what's the Ramah? Why is the Ramah jumping on the Mechaber? The Mechaber never said you should cut it more than that during the week. The Mechaber agreed it should be shalem. Okay, we'll hold it. We'll hold it here.
Recording stopped.